Alright, equations of a circle, day 2. Right here is an example from day 1, from yesterday. If you're given a center and you're given a radius, that's all you need to write the equation of a circle. It's x in parentheses with the x coordinate of the center and y in parentheses with the y coordinate of the center, and then you square the radius, which is 16, 4 squared. The only tricky part is when you put the x coordinate of the center into your x parenthesis, you have to change the sign. So that's a positive 2 center, so it's minus 2. This is a negative 5 y coordinate in the center, so it's a positive 5 in your equation. And same if you're working backwards. If you didn't know what the center and the radius were and you just were given the equation, you got to use the opposite sign of what's in the parentheses. So x minus 2, that'd be a positive 2 for your center and a negative 5. All right. The homework for today is real similar, except they don't give you the center and the radius. They just give you a graph. And from the graph, you have to figure out what the center and the radius are. So in this particular graph, that point right there is the center, and that's over 2, up 3. If you're going to plot that point, that would be the point 2, 3. So that is the center, 2, 3. And then the radius, you're just going to have to count. Now, this isn't graph paper, but all the problems are written on graph paper. So once you find the center, you got 4 different choices that you can choose. You can count how many spaces straight up to the edge of the circle, how many spaces straight to the right, straight down, or straight to the left. As long as you're going in a straight line, you're going to be counting the radius. Now, if you go at a diagonal, remember you can't count spaces on graph paper go diagonal. Even though the radius will be the same no matter which direction you go, it's harder to figure out how long the radius is if you go in a diagonal. So go in a straight line, straight across or straight up and down. All right, so in this particular one, I've marked that the circle comes all the way down to negative 2, and the center was up at positive 3, so you had to come down 5 spaces to get to the circle. So your radius is 5. From the center to the edge of the circle was 5. Now that you have that information, now we're right back to where we were yesterday. You just plug that in to get your equation of the circle. So this would be x minus 2 quantity squared plus y minus 3 quantity squared equals 25, 5 squared. So from this graph, that's the equation of the circle, and that's what you're going to have to do tonight on the homework. Shouldn't be too difficult.